Welcome to Natural Powers. My name is Adrian, and today we are talking Rh negative blood types. What are they and where did they come from? Now, even if you have a positive blood type, you could have a negative parent and you could still definitely carry some of these qualities, so you're not excluded. No. Most of the answers I see online are that we are extraterrestrial and we came from when there was extraterrestrials here in the past, and I don't doubt that there were, but we could just be resonating with extraterrestrials because we've lived those other lives. We've definitely had past lives, and why would they all be here? We could definitely have been living on other planets in past lives, and I could see us easily resonating with that storyline. But I wanted to know a little more. There still should be a solid answer as to how negative blood types got here. And I even listened to a long talk with a doctor about Rh negative. That'll link for you guys below. You might find interesting. You might find some other things that you resonate with. But I found someone who did some really good research. I love research. I love researching stuff for you guys. And I know, just as Einstein stated very clearly, that oftentimes the simplest answer is the right one, and this simple answer blew me away. I love this answer, so I'm gonna link her video first at the top, and I just want to say thank you so much for putting this out there because I love your answer, and I'm gonna build on it a little bit right now and share it with you guys on my own channel because I resonate with this research. So, the main difference between positive and negative blood types is not only that we don't have the rhesus monkey gene or proteins attached to our blood cells, but that we have more copper than iron, or more copper than normal in our blood. Now, even if you have a positive blood type, you're still going to have both iron and copper in your blood. So what does it mean to have more copper? My husband, when I explained to him that I probably just had more copper, and that when I looked up the list of copper-based foods, I was already craving half of them and buying them and eating them, and he nailed it. He said, well, if you have more copper, you're probably a better conductor. And that fit in with my research perfect. I was like, oh, yes, you did it. We tend to be able to have easier time developing psychic abilities or metaphysical abilities. I've even read that we can experience other dimensions naturally, and that was intriguing because I was like, why naturally? Like, why us and why naturally? Like, I love to ask why. So it's simply because we're a better conductor. It's easier for us to conduct the electricity, just like you conduct your own soul from your water-based body. It's just easier for us to conduct other or higher frequencies. So where did we come from? Are you guys excited? Okay. So, in the video I watched, she found other copper-based life forms in the ocean, in the depths of the ocean. Now, obviously, we're not so copper that our blood is blue, but we just have enough of it, enough more of it to make a difference in our lives, possibly. And there are benefits to copper for everybody anyways, but I love this storyline. I resonate with this storyline. I love octopus. I think they're so cool. I'm semi-obsessed with that. I used to do graphic design, and that was going to be my logo, period. It was going to be an octopus. I didn't care how hard it was to make that logo. I didn't care how, if it worked good for graphic design, which I thought it did because it's like an animal that has ink. Duh. So I resonate with this. I know my daughter would too. She is obsessed with dolphins. Now, that could still be a past life thing. I know the Pleiadians have a lot to do with dolphins, but I like this story. We would also have had animal lives before we had human lives, so it's totally possible this is just a past life thing. But let's just talk about copper and where we could have originated to get here. So, past lives aside, there are some really, really cool carvings from around the time that RH negatives arrived on the planet. And they include the Tree of Life and Mer people. Pretty much the Sumerian man bringing the Tree of Life from water on land also had a mermaid tail, and this is exactly the time that our blood type showed up. So I like this research. This is looking really good. Here are some of those pictures and carvings, and you can even see one of them bringing the Tree of Life up with like water and fish flowing down from their shoulders. Those are really interesting. And I even found another source of this information, which is a big deal. I found this map, and it is from around the same time and depicts sea monsters, mer people, and all kinds of stuff on a real map of real Earth, and everything on there doesn't necessarily point that this is just some fantasy map. It looks like this was a real map intended for real use, made by real explorers, and I thought that was amazing. It's got some really cool pictures on it. So I feel like this is a great research line for us. We could have definitely came from here. Now, we're going to look back at the Sumerian carvings and discuss the Tree of Life. Another factor that totally backs up the storyline is that this Tree of Life is not your typical tree. It's not the thing we typically see. If you Google Tree of Life, you're going to see something more like this, and just, a regular land tree. But if you look at the Sumerian bringing the Tree of Life, or some of the other depictions of them standing with the Tree of Life, you'll notice that this is a plant. It's not even a tree. And this plant happens to have some bubbles on it. See those circles? Those are gastric air bubbles found on a plant from the ocean, from kelp. This matches the pictures perfectly. Now, you could say some of their pictures as time went on got more decorative and more fancy, but there is no other plants that have those air bubbles. You can even see in some of these carvings that the men are kind of standing by the plant holding something, like it might be a dome over the plant, and there's not really any lines for the dome. It just looks like their hands are like over the dome or holding it. I mean, how do you depict glass anyways? It's clear, it's see-through, so I think this looks to me like they're holding a dome over this plant. It's standing on its own, even though it looks very flowy and thin and very plant-like. It really doesn't look like a tree. So I love this story. I resonate with this, and I even pulled together an infographic on the benefits of copper for you guys. You're welcome to keep this, copy this, use this, and there are some amazing benefits for copper. Just like you can get anemic from not having enough iron, you can feel tired or other things from not having enough copper, but especially if you're a negative blood type or if you have a negative parent, you could need copper a little more than other people. And I noticed when I looked up copper-rich foods that I had already been kind of picking this stuff out for myself and eating this stuff myself, even though nobody else in my house was. And once I looked this up and resonated with this information, I picked up a lot more and I felt a lot better. I felt a lot better. So, and I have one more really cool thing to share with you. So, I started picking this stuff up. I ate more copper. I felt a lot better. There's actually benefits to just carrying copper around. You know, I got my little copper piece out we had put away and started putting it with my gemstones. And I also had something really interesting happen in 2012. Now, I used to have this golden blondish, almost blonde hair, just like my kids do now, up until 2012, which was the year that the Mayan calendar ended. It was actually the end of a cycle, not the end of time. Not the end of time as we think of it. So in 2012, I was pregnant with my son, and my hair color changed completely. This is not dyed, and it's no longer golden blonde. Like, I don't match my kids anymore, which is slightly disappointing, but I like it. And now that I've been eating lots of copper, I just wanted to show you guys, look how orange this is. If I shine it in the light, I mean, look at that. You can see the copper color, and copper can actually help keep you from losing your hair and, what was it? Your hair and skin color? Hold on. Yes. Maintains hair, skin, and eye color. So I thought that was really cool. My hair is really orange, and you know, this wasn't the hair color that I was born with, but it's not dyed either. So I thought that was awesome. Really wanted to share that with you guys. Share anything you guys would like in the description below. Ask questions and let me know what else you'd like to know about this or hear about this. Basically, having more copper in our system. Sorry, my son's yawning because he just woke up. Having more copper in our system, what it really means is that we are better conductors of electricity. So it's just easier for us to learn or experience metaphysical things, phenomena, or dimensions, or whatever you're after, I guess. So thank you for listening. I hope you like this. Let me know what else you'd like to hear, and I will see you next time.